Yeah, sorry about that. All right, here we go. So me, Lorenzo, and Jollyman here, the commentators. Lorenzo is actually doing the camera work here for this game, and we got a 1v1, best out of 3, round of 32, Adhafang and Ryfang. Looks like it's going to be Zeus versus Isis. And on the right side of the map, we got Adhafang in blue playing Zeus, and at the top we have the Isis player Ryfang in red. So we know the map is Oasis, and in this kind of matchup, Lorenzo, what would you do as the ISIS player?
I would probably go fast heroic and try to push the other player off his either second gold mine or his town center. What I mean by that is that the Greek player will obviously go for a second town center on this map, and what you can do is you can launch like a siege rush on them.
All right, and how about yourself in terms of the ISIS play here, Jollyman? What do you think?
As an ISIS myself, yeah, I'd definitely be going for the fast heroic here. You're definitely in control as Egyptian in this matchup just because of the low hunt that the Greek player has to deal with, and like Lorenzo said, they will normally be opting for a boom.
Okay, so we've made the consensus that both of you think that the ISIS player is going to go to fast heroic and just to do the usual, I guess, aggressive push. But that's what you guys both said, right? Fast heroic, aggressive in general.
No, that's what he should be doing. I don't know if that's what he's actually going to be doing. I know Ryfang likes to grab additional town centers, but that would be total suicide. So let's hope he doesn't do that.
Okay, good. Now, speaking of Ryfang, now Zeus, they have a ton of stuff they can do differently on Oasis. They could do fast heroic, sorry, not fast heroic, fast mythic. They can do a classical boom. They could do a centaur strangle with some hippicons. They could just pick up TCs as a rating with hippicons. What do you think is the most viable strategy here?
Probably just hippicons.
Just hippicons?
Yeah, just hippicons. Maybe you can actually make some sun towers. They are pretty decent against Ancestors plus Eclipse. But you will typically be running against Ancestors plus Eclipse anyway, so the question is, does it really matter? However, if the ISIS starts raiding with Chariot Archers, Centaurs are really nice, because you can just send a few Centaurs and the ISIS will always take damage due to the Centaur special attack. But then again, in a real fight, they won't be that great because Priests deal so much DPS against them, so it's kind of a trade-off. But Hippicons are pretty much always good. The only real counter against Hippicons is Scorpion Man.
Gotcha.
We see Ryfang's actually got a heap of hunt. So this is just definitely, he's going to want to do it fast heroic with this much hunt. And Adhafang's only just moved on to his. He can get such a massive advantage being heroic so quickly. And like Lorenzo said, Scorpion Men, I mean, just a couple of them just going to shred Hippicons apart.
Well, they both got a ton of hunt, actually. But at the same time, when you have a lot of hunt, sure, most of that hunt is going to be depleted in Classical Age. But the main thing is here, you want to have a lot of sheep. I love having a lot of sheep as ISIS.
Yeah,
they just kind of survive you, and you could do whatever you want. If your opponent is being aggressive, you could just kind of sit in your base and do whatever you want, basically.
Well, I think Adhafang's scout here is actually going to find 4 to 6 sheep in this left black corner here. Ryfang hasn't scouted it, which I personally always do with any god on Oasis. Is I spend a lot more time scouting. I would definitely use my Pharaoh. I would use my Pharaoh. Maybe if it's only for 30 seconds at the start of the game. Just if I can find 4 more goats, then that's massive.
Yeah, that's I would actually do that as well. I would do like a short lap around my base and send my priest the other way to get the additional goats on this map. That's actually very powerful. As you can see right now, Adhafang has a large amount of goats, whereas Ryfang not so much. I'm only counting 5. Maybe he has some Steggler goats somewhere. I don't know. I think he only has 5, so that's not that much. He is getting the Toothed Arrows relic though, that's a really nice relic.
The average is 12. And right now, Adhafang already has 12, and he has more on the way.
The hunt is definitely in favor of Ryfang though, but the question is, does it really matter? Because Greek will typically grab them up early on, unless the ISIS goes for like a sub 5-minute advance and uses its heroes to push the enemy off hunt or just harass the enemy. Especially Set likes to do that because Set also gets the animals for additional scouting and the shifting sands. So I don't think Adhafang will really have any problem securing the 2 giraffes and the 2 gazelles over here. But actually it's 3 giraffes actually and 2 gazelles. The one was in the fog over here.
Well, Ryfang's already just lost his priest to the early hero from Adhafang, so that's a nice small advantage going for Ada already.
At least Ryfang has been intercepting some of the sheeps here, which definitely needs. Like that Jason is dying way too quickly. That Pharaoh does a lot of damage.
Yeah, Pharaoh's a really, really strong unit. So Adhafang's actually making another centaur here, so that might indicate, you know, he is going for a little bit of raiding with the centaurs early on.
Looking at the map, that's quite a few walls he's got there. Wow. I'm impressed.
User
I like
joined
it.
your channel.
Someone's been watching Mr. play.
I like to see a wonder really at the bottom corner of that map. That'd be beauty.
When did you last see a wonder in a tournament, Chicks?
You can't fit a wonder in there though.
If you cut down that tree, you can.
No, you can't.
Well, if you use the rotation mod, you can. I'm quite sure you can.
No, you 100% can't. It's just too small. You totally
the
can't.
Egyptian wonder you can though.
No, I can actually test that, by the way. I can test that later on if you want to. I can just load it from the recorded game file and then just boom to Mythic and see if we can place it. But I'm like 100% certain you can place it here. It's just too small.
Okay, sounds like a plan then.
Question: were you able to get the logo sorted?
We're streaming right now, Clown. We'll get back to you. Watch the stream.
Well, see you guys soon.
User left
Thanks.
your channel.
Adhafang just picked off a vill there on Ryfang's villages. The Ryfang's off the hunt. Is he grabbing a town center? Yes, he is. So Lorenzo, don't get too wound up about this.
Yeah, so he was going for the mine, and then he was like, no, I'm going for the town center. So we already see some sort of indecision from Ryfang's side, which I don't think is very good. More interestingly, we are seeing... Actually, I don't know what we are seeing. I think Adhafang wanted to grab this second town center a lot earlier, but he somehow messed up his economy and was unable to. He also, I think he started his stable too quickly. Like, I think he didn't have enough wood, despite having quite a few villages on wood. Yeah, I don't really know what Adhafang is shooting for here, but it's a very inefficient build, I think. Although obviously the centaur plus the centaur upgrade costs a lot of wood, so the fact that your second town center is delayed is pretty obvious, especially with the double hero. The Odysseus also costs 200 wood, but I'm pretty sure he could have grabbed this faster, because I've seen Mista do a build like this, and he would get the town center like 1 full minute faster, which is pretty weird, I guess.
Yeah, it really depends how many villages he switched over to wood during the transition to classical. But bear in mind, Adhafang didn't start with hunt. He didn't actually grab hunting dogs till about 2 or 3 minutes in the game. So I think a little bit of improvisation has actually gone down from his side.
So what would be really nice against this is a fast heroic, because Adhafang is so delayed with his second town center and such, plus his economy in general. He only now went to his second hunting spot with the giraffes and the gazelles. So if you would like just do a fast heroic and then rush him with siege towers and Migdol units, especially chariot archers and an extra scorpion man, that would be very powerful. But sadly he's going for the booming route. Although he is advancing to the heroic age, and that's still quite quickly for grabbing a second town center. He still has prosperity as well.
Yeah, he definitely needs to use that prosperity.
And
He
research
might be waiting for
husbandry.
shaft mine, so I'm not too sure. No, he's not. He's throwing it down now. Is that home mine gonna run out? Yeah, it will.
No, it's not.
Well, just about. I mean, he is going to run out, but it's going to be close. Either way, he does have another mine that he's used prosperity on, and definitely like to use. I like to see.
Husbandry,
mine.
that's what I'd
I
like to
guess
see.
won't be seeing that here.
I don't like what Ryfang's doing. I want to see him with 10 villages on wood and a second monument, and I want him to be making scorpion men and chariot archers, just because going for spearmen on such a low food map versus a booming Greek, I mean, you're just asking to kill yourself. You got to give yourself the chance with the wood units. I mean, we all hate centers, chariot archers, and Terma for that very reason. They only cost wood, and your economy can just thrive.
Absolutely. Also, keeping in mind that you gather wood the fastest from any other resource.
And Scorpion Man down there too, so that's not an ideal loss.
Yeah, Ryfang is definitely going to have trouble dealing with these hippocons.
Yeah, he just chose the wrong strategy. On the bright side, he did get the husbandry.
He will get most of those hippocons. That's a very well, nicely placed eclipse there. Ancestors Eclipse. He placed it right there in the choke point, so his hippocons would get caught. Those centaurs escape without too much problem. They're very fast. But actually, the hippocon are slower than ancestors, so.
Yeah, he grouped his centaurs in another control group when he ran away all his units, so the centaurs don't get pulled down in terms of speed by the hippicons, who are obviously slower. He actually got a lot of hippicons with that Ancestors plus Eclipse. When I was watching at it, I was like, oh, he's gonna cast it defensively and now he's just gonna run away and then boom and then it's gonna be GG. But, well, I'm not saying that won't happen, but at least he got a lot of centaurs, so it's not a complete waste of an Ancestors plus Eclipse.
And he is picking up that third town center, so maybe he might be able to keep up with Adhafang in terms of economy. So if you were in this position, Lorenzo, as Ryfang, what would you be looking to do right now?
Set up my trade route and just spam farms. I think he has a lot. I think he has a lot of gold. I haven't checked it actually, but I think he has a lot of gold just looking from the game. And that's not entirely true, but he did have a lot of gold a minute ago or so. He made the town center. Yeah, I would try to set up trade, and well, the problem is when you're playing against Zeus and you go Neftis is that you can't win late game. You just can't. So if you're setting up trade, yeah, sure, you have infinite mercs, but infinite mercs actually won't beat Hephaestus Zeus in late game. Like, it's not enough. You need the on top of that. So what I would try to do here is I would set up trade anyway and try to hit Mythic with Thought as quickly as possible, and then just spam towers and try to catch him off guard with like a Migdol side build, so you can flood elephants really quickly, and that you may be able to get him off a town center like that, because elephants are very nice against town centers.
Well, I actually think the distance between both players' forward town centers is manageable for normal mercs to get across the map and do enough damage there. Or do you think it's a little bit far?
No, it's too far. It's just too far.
I guess they're half dead when they get there.
Yeah, Neftis is just kind of a death sentence in this matchup, especially when you open up with a booming strategy. Because when you're both going for 2 town centers, what you're basically saying is, oh, it's gonna be a boom war. We're gonna have a lot of resources available to us. And when you have a lot of resources available to yourself, then obviously it's gonna go late game, most likely. And if you're going Neftis, which you need to go, because else you can't really defend your second gold mine, or your first Migdal, especially if you take a second town center yourself as Isis, then the issue with that is that in late game you will lose. That's just how it works. So, especially with the underworld passage, like it's very unrealistic to monument up at every single corner of your base. He's probably going to find a spot somewhere with a Pegasus or something, and he's gonna use underworld passage there, and that may cost you like a town center, because it doesn't matter if you can immediately churn out like the maximum amount of mercs at a town center he's attacking, because mercs don't actually do damage to Colossus, so it just doesn't matter at all.
Wow, not the best micro there by on Odysseus.
So we see the market is going up from Adhafang, and he is at Vil limit, so I think we're going to see Mythic very, very shortly from him.
It's not looking good for Ryfang. Ryfang needs a stable a position. He needs a stable position so he can get a good market trade going. Because right now, looking at his TC placement, it's difficult for him to actually get something like that and keep it. So he's going to definitely have to build walls. Otherwise, his caravans are just going to end up getting picked off by centaurs and other random army coming through the left.
30% Mythic.
Adhafang has a very nice position there in the back for his market. I wish I was him playing Isis. That would be perfect.
I'm very happy with that market placement.
Adhafang's.
Yeah,
it's a beauty. It's really just. I mean, it's really well protected in the corner, and his third TC is all the way at the other end. So very well done there. So how's the fight going here?
I think Adhafang's definitely got the better force here.
Like Ryfang's definitely going to have to get some more Scorpion men out there. Going to have to get
Even
third
a switch
monument.
to Spearman can be quite nice. I really do like
No,
it.
no, don't say that again.
You don't like Spearman?
No. It's not about whether I like them or not, because that's subjective, that's personal anecdotal evidence. It's about the actual facts, and that's that Spearmen just aren't good units. Whether someone likes them or doesn't like them doesn't really change whether they are good units or not, they're just bad.
But you gotta keep in mind that camels only have a 10% bonus versus cavalry, isn't it?
I don't know the specifics.
Yeah. Well, we all know you should be making elephants over camels.
Yep.
Either elephants, spearmen, or chariots. I never make camels as Isis.
No, they're really bad units, but you can't really make spearmen either, so you're forced to make chariot, archers, scorpion men, and elephants basically, and then later on catapults plus towers plus mercenaries.
Well, okay, that's your opinion, but I like spearmen more than camels.
Yeah, you can like whatever you want, obviously. I mean.
So Osiris here.
Yeah, that Osiris is really going to wreak some damage.
He's going to do some work, but if he can't break anytime soon,
ouch,
which I don't think he is,
that
I think the Ryfang's going to jump around, and do a bit of damage, so...
That son of Osiris put in a lot of work there.
Triple armory for Adhafang.
Triple.
Yep.
Looks like Adhafang is just going to go really just all out now. As soon as he's got all those armory upgrades. Upgrade his Colossi. Got a nice trade going. And Ryfang is just looks very, very vulnerable. Well, actually, he just built the wall up now, so it's not all that bad. But we see more action here in the middle of the map.
I
Very
actually
nice.
think Ryfang's trade route is a bit longer than Adhafang's, so
Yes, it is.
He's
It
got
is
that
longer,
going.
yeah. And Ryfang just upgrading his walls. I really like that as well. I like to see a wall in the middle though. I like to see at least 5 villagers.
That's 70 damage per shot from the Bellerophon special. Which makes sense
Yeah.
because the Son of Osiris has 30% hack armor and the special is 100 damage, so...
He should really, really not use that Son of Osiris anymore, otherwise he's going to lose it. He could use it to empower the market or something.
Yeah. I think he's having a bad day. I think he needs to go do an easier job.
Yeah, he's worked too hard. But Ryfang needs to start picking up some armory upgrades here, otherwise he's going to be losing his units 1 to 5 to the Zeus fully upgraded units.
Yeah, well, Adhafang cannot hold this mid position anyway because it's too close to the town center, so like the mercs are too fast. But then eventually we'll get an underworld passage in, probably at his trade route, and there's really no way for Ryfang to defend against that, so it's going to be very problematic.
Needs to find a way to actually crack through and keep it cracked. Like he needs to go into a position and actually hold that position. And to do that, I think he needs a Titan.
Yeah,
It's
he
really
could go
hard to stop.
Titan, but so could Adhafang, and then they just cancel each other out because Eclipse isn't available anymore. So you don't really accomplish much.
Yes, that's true, but you got to keep in mind Adhafang's got Underworld, so he will be able to destroy his opponent's Titan.
Adhafang isn't playing this out well though. Adhafang's playing really sloppy. He could have finished this like 5 minutes ago.
Big push coming on the right hand side here.
Uh-oh,
Five Colossi.
I didn't see those.
Myrmidons. So I think Ed has just been saving up for a big all in here. And I reckon these Colossi could kill almost 3 town centers.
Wow, those Colossi, nothing's going to stop those. He does have a Son of Osiris sitting behind there, and he does have a mummy ready.
Yeah, so that's 1 down.
And he has 5 priests. Ryfang is really well prepared here. Though Adhafang's got his Buffalo coming straight up the aisle here, and he better not lose that Son of Osiris.
Ooh, he's gonna jump! Oh, he needed to get on that mummy.
Well, you say well prepared, but he doesn't have any building upgrades. He doesn't have the Masons nor the Architects upgrades.
Okay, there goes the Son of Osiris. And what I suggest for Adhafang at this point is just to start building forward.
Oh, and the Underwood's coming up, so I think he's gonna send all
That
of his
works too,
villagers
yeah.
into here.
Yeah, now he's probably gonna be unable to get that third town center up, and then with the ceasefire threat, it's just gonna be a pain in the ass.
Well, he's not microing his Colossi too well. I mean, they're destroying that Migdal as that TC was going up.
Yeah, Adhafang is playing this very badly. He also shouldn't have used Underworld on this town center, but rather on the town center that had all the trade. And he could have easily reached that with an Underworld passage. And he didn't really need to send the Colossus just walking onto the town center. He can just send a Pegasus and then just Underworld straight away. Like there's really no reason to walk your Colossus over there and then use the Underworld passage.
Quite the matchup here.
This is actually closer than I had expected. I still think Adhafang has a very large advantage, but I expected it to be a complete stomp, and Ryfang is actually putting up a fight pretty well.
Those Axemen are champion now.
Yeah, but
Although I
this is
think he
kinda
needs
why
to
you
stop
need-
making Axemen.
This is why you need elephants here, because you know, Hippocons, Myrmidon, and Tox, I mean, Axemen is such a pure counter unit, you just need an overall really strong unit to deal with all of that.
Yeah, elephants, you don't have to micro. You just send them out there and they'll just destroy whatever.
Yeah. Though I think he might actually get this town center back up. The underworld's down.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely get that down center up.
Yeah, and he's got two mummies still around. Probably one now. The Leraphon's finished. Yeah.
I mean, that underworld was supposed to finish the game, but now he doesn't have it anymore. And what's going to end up happening is Ryfang could potentially get a Titan.
Yeah, Adhafang is really failing here, to be honest. If he had just either underworld the town center that has the trade, or just directly underworlded the trade, that would have been insta GG. But instead he's strolling around at this town center from which he was pushing through himself. And I don't know what he's trying to accomplish really. I don't think he will lose it. I still have him as the favorite, but he's playing really retarded.
Okay, we'll say he put the underworld at the market. The Ryfang could just relocate the market to the other side of the map. It wouldn't make
Yeah, and then he loses like 50% efficiency on the market, and that's pretty much GG. Because you really need just mass mercs on auto queue. If someone is messing with your market or your trade route in general, that's like you can't really deal with that properly. Because you need so much gold to just make towers, repair town centers, make mercenaries, make priests.
And Adhafang is making a push into the trade side now. So that's quite a good move from him. He definitely needs to break that. As soon as he can stop that merc production, then that forward town center will go down pretty quickly.
He has quite a few villages on temples as well, actually.
So, what combination does Edifang need to win here?
Hato mercenaries, catapults plus rocks, but he can get
Edifang
those.
is finally going for the markets now. And looks like Edifang is now attempting to build forward on the left side of the map.
Yeah, I think this move is going to win the game here.
If he's
It's-
successful.
Yeah,
Ryfang
it's over now. There's really no way he can break all those towers with the ranged siege from Adhafang over there, because the Bellerophon can just jump on the cavalry and stuff. Plus the Colossus can also take down the catapults. I mean, jump on the catapults. Plus his trade just got messed with, so like there's really no response to that. It's gonna be over in a bit.
Looks like that's it. GG.
Yeah. Alright, so Adhafang's gonna have to switch up gods now. Any predictions into what god he's gonna go, guys?
Probably Poseidon.
Likely Poseidon, yeah.
His Isis is quite strong though, isn't it? He did play that in the last tournament. But I don't know if he'll want to Isis mirror, would he?
Well, he picked Zeus as his first god, so I doubt he's gonna mess around. So because of that, I think he's gonna go Poseidon. And if he's not gonna go Poseidon, it's gonna be Hades. I don't think he's gonna go Oranos or something like that, or Set. I think it's gonna be Greek. But you never know. There we have the Poseidon.
Interesting. So Adhafang will be hoping for Mediterranean here, I think.
Hey, Jollyman, who's playing 9 Racing Cat?
That's Brickhead.
Oh, okay, they're playing right after this match, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Is the Twitch
Can we,
stream, the title switched or something, or not yet? Okay, I'll change it.
We should play the Nyan Cat song the whole way through those games.
So it's Adhafang versus Ryfang. Okay.
Eeks! Chicks gonna chicks.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm in action. Okay, so game number 2. Lorenzo has good team, team bad. Jollyman and myself here doing the commentary. At the bottom of the map, red, Isis, Ryfang, top. At the map, Adhafang, Poseidon, blue, here on Alpheum. Quite interesting matchup. I knew Adhafang was going to pick Poseidon here. Any differences between how Adhafang played Zeus last match and he would play Poseidon this match? Because he was Hippicon heavy last match. So do you think he'd do better this match here, Lorenzo?
I think he's just gonna do the same thing, except grab a second town center way faster than previous game because he's gonna skip all the Centaur stuff.
So he's not going to do Centaurs here.
Nah, I mean, he may lose some harass with like an early hero, maybe with some early Hippicons, but he's not gonna... Well, actually, I take that back. Obviously, with the archaic hero, you will do some harass, you will maybe get some relics, but I don't think he's gonna make stables anytime soon. I think he's just gonna go straight for the second town center, but who knows. I think this is a really good map, by the way, for Ryfang. I guess his town center is a little bit further forward than he ideally would want it to be, but Alfheim typically is a pretty decent map because you start with the double food source, you start with the berries, and you start with the chickens. And on top of that, you always start with elks. Sometimes it's only 2 elks, but in this case it seems to be 4 elks, and you may even have some more hunts hidden away somewhere in a safe place, which you can wall off easily. So that's actually a really nice map.
Yeah, he has just found his second hunt at the second town center as well. It's popping in and out of the black there. And poor old Adhafang is
User was moved out of your channel.
poor old Adhafang's got his hunt at the back there, but it's blocked by a pack of wolves.
What else can we say about this match?
I mean, like any game in Asian mythology, comes down to gold mines. You know, whether the Isis has got a back gold mine might change what he wants to do. I mean, yeah, Alfarm's got a weird map. I find, you know, either it's tons of gold mines, or you can easily wall your opponent off the gold mines just because of the cliffs and the forest placements, and gold drain them just through walls, pretty much. But no, the gold mines don't look like they can be walled off too easily here. So
First thing I notice is that Ryfang is not going to be able to set up a proper trade route. Because of like the huge troll cliff over here. It totally blocks his
Yeah.
trade, so he would need to make his market like somewhere over here, which is really unrealistic, seeing as the third town center for Adhafang is pretty much right there where he would make his market. So whereas on the other hand, Adhafang can make like a perfect market over here, and it's really perfect. You can wall it off nicely here, and it's a very large route all the way to this town center, his second town center for Adhafang. You can't really do that for Ryfang. That's really unfortunate.
well, Ryfang could try control the left-hand side there. He could possibly do a trade route from that left corner.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be way smaller. Plus, that's you can't actually fortify that properly because you have to play towards the town centers. If you don't play towards the town centers, then you're gonna lose the town center and you're gonna be in a 4 versus 2 TC situation, especially with Greeks who get the fast siege. You could maybe pull it off against Atlantean, but against Greek or even Egyptian or even Norse, you just can't really do that. You really need to fortify towards the town center. So that would be like all the way from this area towards this area, because that's where the third town centers are for both players.
Adhafang's having a little trouble with these wolves. I think he sorted it out though. Oh, he might lose that bill.
Oh, that's
that
too
was
bad.
close.
Wow, very nice. He did have to kill a lot of wolves there, so.
I told you they were a hassle. I still don't know why
Oh, you didn't have to
aggressive
tell
hunt
me. I already
like
knew.
wolves or bears are in this game, but there you go. Guess it keeps the hunters on their toes. So we see Ryfang is upping Bast as per usual, and Adhafang going through Hermes. And actually, Ryfang's going to be up a little faster.
I think hunting-wise, this map's actually very largely in favor of Ryfang. It's just too bad
Most
that the
definitely.
cliffs kind of mess him up. If he didn't have like those tall cliffs, but he had a little bit better cliffs that are more defensively, he could have maybe won this game, because it seems like he has 4 additional Aurochs over there. Like the ones he are hunting right now, and he just finished hunting 2. And then he has 2 more on the left of his third town center. Well, all the other hunt is equal as well. Whereas I saw Adhafang have only one patch of Aurochs, so he only had 2 Aurochs at the granary at his third town center. Still no husbandry. That's like, that just, I don't know what to say about that. He is getting the second monument though, which is really nice, although he also should have gotten that a little bit faster. Also should have spread it out a little bit more.
Really nice relic by his second town center, that chariot archers with more hit points. And what relic did he just pick up at the hunt? Temple improvements cheaper. Nothing major, but yeah. And the Sphinx going for a little bit of a suicide.
That's Ryfang style. You just sack the free myth unit.
Yeah, it's free. I don't need him. And Ryfang might get stuck in a bit of a situation here. He's got to walk all and oh no, I don't think Adhafang has seen Ryfang hunting the Aurochs. That's a long way to walk around that cliff, and if I think if the center and the heroes found that, that would be not so ideal.
The worst thing he could possibly do is, after the Aurochs have been completed, go to that gold mine and cast Prosperity right on that gold mine.
I think he should just wait and do it with the AE. Force a ceasefire on the Prosperity. Well, where's he gonna cast it?
Oh, he casts it in his base. Yeah, okay.
Phew!
Wow. How is he mining all the way hell up there?
He was hunting just there before, so
Have you been watching the game, chicks?
yeah, pretty much.
No, I was thinking perhaps, why wouldn't he scout the black area behind his base?
Because there's a cliff there? I don't know.
No, there's still some black area there.
Yeah, but I think the cliff blocked it all off.
No,
Oh, are
it's
you
not.
talking about base or
Yeah, to the right.
bottom? Right. Yeah, no, there's a small location there.
I'm a bit concerned.
This may actually be possible. This, I mean possible, not possible, but possible. Like the cliff that we were talking about that was blocking it off. Because I don't see the elevation on the minimap when I turn it. That you do see on other parts. So there may actually be a little bit of room there. But it may also not be. Like you don't know that, you can't really tell it from that, but it's, if you're establishing that in a narrative, like what can happen and what cannot happen, like those type of things can nudge something in a certain direction.
Now, small mistake from Ryfang here. I think he actually built the siege workshop in line of sight of that wall. I think if he had just built it back a bit, he still would have had that surprise factor.
Yeah, that was kind of silly.
There. Now, for Ryfang here, I don't think it's possible for him to goal control Adhafang in any way because of the mine.
You were banned from the server. Error.
Trollolol. I guess I can solo cast now though, so that's like some sort of an advantage. Still no husbandry, that's really stupid. Also, it's being too cool with a double O, it's not one O. You should really know that. So we got some nice solo casting coming in. This Pharaoh should be placed here, because I think this villager has to walk around it. Also should have been picking up this relic. The moment of truth. Here we go. Oh, nah, I can't see it now. I don't think this push is gonna do anything, and that's mostly because this map is Alfheim. You just can't do that much on Alfheim. Like, if you wanna push in on Alfheim, you need to do it so quickly and with so much force that it's really insane. But with like these mines and these back town centers, there's just not much you can do. You also have the tower here, which is probably gonna get granulations in a little bit. That's actually a pretty quick ceasefire. Like, I wonder why he did that. I don't feel like that is necessary.
Error.
He didn't really use his hunting advantage though, which is kind of sad. If you look at the deers over here, like, that's... He really should have hunted those, and he still has the double aurochs over here. So he really could have used that hunting advantage, but sadly he didn't. Still no crenulations, he really should have gotten that. Also has a lot of idle villages. Oh man, he didn't pull back his villages, that's gonna be a massacre. I'm pretty sure it's in line of sight. Take out the tower first. First take the 2 towers. No, don't fall into the noob trap. Take the double tower first and then go towards the town center. Oh, what the hell is this? Yeah. I don't know what Adhafang is doing. Like, where is his hero even? His hero was over here. This may be GG actually. And I was predicting a 2-0, but it's gonna be 2-1. That Adhafang, holy shit. Yeah, that's just too many Scorpion man. Although he could have easily stopped this push, but he just messed it up. Like this push really wasn't that dangerous, not at all. He just messed it up. Just so many Hippicots died. If he would have gotten crenulations and would have like walled in his towers with a little bit of wall pieces, then he could have just walked away and the cavalry would have died like flies, and then he could have used the other units plus the hero to deal with the chariot archers and the scorpion man. He just kind of messed that up. It's kind of sad, I guess. Yeah, yeah. If you look at the economy, like, the food is almost double. Wood obviously is more. Gold even is more.
Error.
The fucking berserker troll.
Connected. Error. You were moved.
Yo.
Yo! That
Alright,
berserker
so,
troll. That berserker troll.
Yeah.
Chicks, are you leaving the game? Then we can relaunch.
Sure thing.
Oh man, I really hope Adhafang will lose now. Like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Ryfang. Don't give me hope.
I was really impressed with that push. He had 4 Scorpion men out. That was actually a really good push.
Yeah, it was decent, but it honestly, it should never have worked. Adhafang just went about it like way too carelessly. Also, he shouldn't use ceasefire before, he should use ceasefire after. And if you're going to use ceasefire before it, what you should do then is you should like make a little bit of wall pieces around your tower and research cannellations, which really deals with the cavalry, which he also didn't do. Get fortified town center or masons much quicker, which both of those things he didn't do in time. His Atalanta micro was pretty bad. He was chasing the Scorpion man that was with his army, while there were like a few Scorpion men behind his town center, just killing off villages and random stuff. He should have gone after those, and he just also lost a lot of hippicons for no reason. It was just really bad play by Adhafang. But the push was still like, it wasn't bad or anything, but it just seemed a little bit underwhelming, especially because Alfheim is such a closed map. The gold mines were really nice. What else? The town center was all the way in the back, so he would have had to go for his main town center. And if you consider all those factors, the push shouldn't have worked. But Adhafang just didn't play it out properly, and Ryfang played it out pretty nicely. So all in all, that was pretty much just too bad.
Okay, so I guess this will be game number 3. It's already 1-1. Ryfang on the right in blue as Ra, and the left Adhafang red playing Zeus here on Oasis.
So yeah, probably the one map Adhafang did not want for this matchup.
Well, he did.
I don't
win the
know
first
about
match
that.
on Oasis, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I know personally as a Ra player, if I had to pick a map to play Zeus on, it would be this one.
Well, the thing is, on Oasis you usually have pretty nice control over the gold mines. It's similar to Savannah in terms of gold mine placement, although I have to say, on this specific map, that second gold mine that he just scouted, that's really pretty close to us, the town center, so it may be far easier to defend than you would be able to defend another mine on this map.
I haven't seen too much of Ryfang's Ra. I'm not too sure how experienced and whether or not he will be able to pull it off here. Because his main is Isis. So
It also appears to be a double zebra map instead of 5 zebras. The starting zebras vary from 2 zebras to 5 zebras. 2 obviously being the least you can get, and I would say this is favorable for Ryfang. He's also gonna find Heartless Folly, which is about the most useless relic in this entire game.
I don't know.
I really think that's literally the worst relic you could ever get in this entire game. Even more useless than Gaia's Book of Knowledge, because with Gaia's Book of Knowledge, which is bonus damage against titans from infantry, if you're playing something like Norse, what you can do if a titan is attacking you, you can convert some of your villages like late in the game to Ulsarks, and you will get that bonus damage.
Wouldn't that count on hearses?
I don't know if it counts on Hersiers. I don't think it does. But the point is, then even then you will have some merit from that. Whereas the Hartes Volley just literally doesn't do anything. Well, not literally, but almost doesn't do anything. It's not even a large boost either. It's like 2.0 or something. It's really ridiculous. If you look at the Pelt of Argus, I think it actually increases the line of sight more for every single unit, not only just one unit. So I don't know what and I don't know what Ensemble Studios was smoking when they put in this relic.
There's a lot of things that Ensemble Studios are smoking.
I think they had like some sort of roulette where they have like 7 joints and 6 of them are wheat and 1 is salvia, and then one person has to design the relic, like no matter what. But first they need to select one of the joints, and then most of the time obviously they will pick the wheat one, so it's no problem, and you just get a messed up relic like Gaia's Book of Knowledge. But then once in a while the guy picks the salvia one and he's like, whoa, Hartes Volley! Yes! +2 line of sight for Ulsar. It's amazing. If you combine that with Eyes in the Forest from Loki, you can see like the entire map, dude. That's how I envision like the balanced design team for Age of Mythology back then.
I went for a different approach. It's the one off. Have you ever seen the Bailout episode on South Park?
No.
Where they chop that chicken's head off and they throw it in the big circle with all the options. And
Oh,
then,
I saw that scene, but I didn't see the episode, so I don't know the context. But yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I think maybe decisions are made rather similar.
That would be pretty interesting.
Now, I think there's a little bit of extra hunt on this map, but I think it's all spawned on Ryfang's side. As you can see, the giraffe and the gazelles there. And there might be some more just up where the scout goes, unless I've missed it.
Yeah, there's 100% gonna be another patch of those giraffes and gazelles, because you never spawn with one patch. The question is just where.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there we have it.
The
Yeah, so we have a brutally broken imbalanced map, but sadly Ryfang cannot really abuse it because he is not playing Greek. Which is basically the moral of the story for everything. You can't, like, even if you get an advantage thrown at you, you can't really abuse it unless you're Greek or something. Because, let's face it, he is Ra. I mean, he's gonna be farming pretty soon, so the extra hunt doesn't really do anything. However, what it does do is it does deprive Adhafang of hunting. Even though that Ryfang doesn't get the double advantage of not only having more hunt, but he also denies his opponent the hunting. So in that sense, it's still an advantage. He also started with 2 zebras, and it seems like Adhafang is already on herdables, and those are about to run out. So Adhafang is definitely gonna have a very hard time on this map, which is good for Ryfang, and which is also good for me because the I'm getting a little bit ticklish, like in my tummy. I can feel the win incoming, but you never know.
Well, I think as a Ra player, I'm seeing Ryfang going Ptar here. I don't know how I feel about that, especially when he's going to have a 7-minute classical. But whatever. I'll let the game take its course.
Well,
yeah,
Star can be good if he shifts his villages over. I mean, killing off his...
There's no point in shifting vills before... If you can't do it before 6 minutes, there's no point. And Ra, you've got one pharaoh trying to find those villages, and he's going to have the whole map walled up in about 20 seconds. He's not going to shift any villages. So
that's a good point. He is aging up. He did age up pretty late, so
yeah.
That wasn't all that
is he
smart.
grabbing the second town center? Like,
what is this guy doing, by the way? What the hell am I watching?
Oh golly!
It seems like Ryfang also took a blow from the salvia joint.
2 villages are going to get picked off here.
Oh man, this is I don't even know what I'm like. Oh yeah, that's a very nice use of shifting sands. Very well done. It's
He needs to
just
block
beautiful.
it though. The Vils need to block it.
Oh yeah, chunk it. Chunk that Odysseus.
So anyway, for me in this matchup here, I would be at heroic at 8 minutes with Bast with 4 Sphinxes, and I would be eclipsing his ass. What about you, Lorenzo?
I would probably have gone Bast, and I would probably have gone up much faster. Like 5 minutes, 30 seconds classical at the most. Probably even a little bit faster. With some idle TC time if necessary. Like I would gladly skip a villager to get like a 5 minute and 10 classical instead of a 5 minute and 40 without idle time or something. But yeah, this is also a pretty viable strategy actually. Like don't discard this too quickly. The 2 town center boom, even though his build order he kind of butchered it and he messed it up, and you know all the bad stuff I can say about it that I usually do about everyone. But the strategy in general, like the 2 TC boom, I think it's actually really nice. Even though as I just said, I won't keep repeating myself. He butchered the bow a lot, but I think it's going to be very powerful, especially because Adhafang is doing that weird centaur shit again. Like except this time, no, actually it's the exact same. So I don't think that's very good, especially against Ra, because you know Ra's going to be farming. So if Ryfang would have to win a game, it would probably be this one. If he cannot win this game, then he probably cannot win any game as Ra versus Zeus. Actually,
wow, 22 farms. It's
Well, you also gotta keep in mind, Ryfang's got this huge base of walls, but the only thing it's protecting, sure, it's his economy and that one mine, that medium gold mine that he started with. But he's going to have to go outside his base here in about a couple minutes. He doesn't have a speck of army yet.
yeah. So this is the problem with such a late 2 town center. You gold drain yourself. I know if you were to ever watch myself, Chrono JJ, or Kayamaku play, if we're not heroic before 8:30 with a 2 town center, then it's almost you're just killing yourself. If Adhafang was onto this, he could easily keep Ryfang off these gold mines. I mean, I don't know if Ryfang's even going to be able to afford a Migdol when he gets to heroic.
I'd like to see.
you can just make a market.
Yeah.
Pharaoh plus 10 villages on the market, boom, insta market, sell all of your food, bam, Migdol. I'm actually very optimistic. Like, if you look at Ryfang's 3rd town center, your first thought is, whoa, that's an imbalanced town center. But it may actually work in his favor if he manages to secure it, which I think he will be able to. Because then he has, like, a good position to merc from. All the way to the 3rd town center of Adhafang. So I'm very optimistic.
That's if
Oh
he
mate,
gets
those
it.
mercs could they could kill everything on the map with Hatha.
That's if
I
he
think
gets it. But Adhafang might take that middle TC as his 3rd.
Oh man, he's up so late to heroic. That's way too late. Like, you
Yeah,
really
that
don't want to
makes
go
sense.
any later than 10 minutes and 30 seconds, and this is like 11 minutes and I don't know 24 something seconds. That's really way too. Oh yeah, this is gonna be painful.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't know why he went there to begin with. Like, he should go towards the other mine. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do right
that
now.
was just to bring his army down. Just to sidetrack him, maybe, as he's building his Migdal on our side, but Adhafang sees it with his centaurs. Ooh, this might be a good locust. Got 6 vills there. Doesn't look like he's going to use it though.
No,
I think the
you
better
don't really
use would be on
accomplish
the
much
farms.
with the locusting that.
I think on the farms at Adhafang's hometown center would be the best use.
I'm pretty sure he can defend this easily. If he micros well, if he gets the rock out and he like baits out the bolt. And he needs to fix the Petsuchos, which is currently bugged,
Yeah.
but it's like he doesn't even care.
He's body stoned. Completely body stoned.
Yeah, see, Adhafang ended up taking that middle TC as his third. So that's going to be quite hard for Ryfang to take it, especially since his Migdal's quite a ways away.
I think I like it that he locusted the farms. I don't think that was bad.
No, I would definitely think that's the best move. In
Yeah,
this.
same here. He could also have just saved it and then used it for his siege tower push, so the villagers couldn't attack the siege towers. But he did kind of waste his shifting sands for no reason. That was just entirely his fault. He didn't need to shift the Odysseus. He didn't even need to chase it for like 6 years. I don't know what he was doing. Though I'm still positive. The only thing, and with positive I mean like I'm optimistic. I'm not HIV positive or anything, in case anyone gets confused. But what he should do is he should just make sure he can make siege towers, because right now his siege towers have been idle at 0% for a while now.
Yeah, that 0 wood strat.
Oh, he actually has nothing on wood, does he?
No.
Wait, he has one villager. No, two. He has 2 villagers on wood. Yeah, this is... Oh man, I'm so sad. He could have totally won this, but he's throwing it right now. Like, with every second it's gonna be harder to secure that town center.
You're talking about the middle TC.
Yep.
Well, Camels is not very smart, eh? No armor. Oh,
I
no,
think
he's
Camels
raw,
is good.
So I guess...
No. I think Camels is good here, because it allows you to spam siege towers. But ironically, he messed that up dearly. So.
Especially the raw camels, they can really just jump into battle and avoid them at any point. They pretty much choose their battles. 0.6 speed is nothing to mess around with, pretty much.
Something he could do is go Mythic, but he would have to go right now. Oh wait, he's already 50. Okay, I'm still positive then, I guess, but still the bolt is
tingling in your tummy.
Yeah, exactly.
Osiris camels, do you think that's a possibility?
I think that's what he's going for. But how many monuments does he have? He's only got 1 monument, so I don't know if he's going to be able to afford the Osiris up, because that's 40 favor, and he's already spent 20 on the Migdals.
Those camels are looking really sexy right now.
That is true.
They're even faster than the centaurs.
No, they are exactly as fast, I think. Oh no, wait, they're actually 0.10 faster. Yeah, they're actually faster. By 0.10.
Wow. Like, it's really nice to choose your battles, and that's what the camels do for you here, Ezra.
So Adhafang is up Apollo now. 99%. Boom.
So, what does Adhafang have to do to counter this strategy from Ryfang?
He just needs to engage this army, really. I don't know why he's not engaging. Like, he was running away from the cavalry. But if he picks the battle at the town center with all of the buildings that he has there to reinforce, whereas Ryfang needs to walk a while with his Migdal reinforcements, that's really totally doable.
Sure, yeah, because he's making a lot of hoplite now to join the battle.
Yeah, but he won't be able to secure this town center, I think. Also, he doesn't have any trade routes set up. Then again, he still has gold mines, so he doesn't really need to immediately. But he should start to think about trade by now.
Wow, those Hippicon are just getting annihilated because you got heavy camels versus medium Hippicon.
He needs to mix in chariot archers though, which I think he's going to do. He's also researching champion cavalry, but he made a newbie mistake and he queued it up too late, so... Like, there's one idle Migdal, and then you have this one which is researching everything at once. The champion cavalry and the desert wind and you name it. He should also have stopped making siege towers and started creating catapults. And he should have baited out the bolt earlier, which I said with the rock and the Petsuchos. But he didn't do that either.
The heavy hoplites are pretty nasty though. He shouldn't fight those. They have
That's
lots
true.
of hack armor.
I feel like Ryfang could go Titan right now. If he'd gone Titan right now, I think.
Instead of the camel upgrade?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when Adhafang is so far behind in ages.
If he could go Titan instead of that camel upgrade, I'd definitely do it.
I don't think that's a good idea, because you give him too much time to set up the 4 town centers if you're going for a Titan. You really need to just keep pushing. I think Titan would be a big mistake here. I think he's playing this out well, but he should have just made more chariot archers. And he should use auto queue, because now he has 5 queued up while he isn't making any catapults or stuff.
There's always a calculated investment and a calculated risk when going Titan. That's because you're spending so much resources and so much labor time building it. But it really does pay off. Especially when you got Zeus only in 3rd age. He doesn't even have his 4th hero. And since Ryfang has camels, which are extreme, he can just pick off all of Zeus's heroes and just let the Titan do its job.
I don't know what Ryfang is doing. Again, the newbie mistake of upgrades like at the end of the queue.
So the Underworld's gone down, and I think he's doing that to
Yeah, and he can set up trade now. Well, Adhafang has trade. God damn it! I thought he really had this. I thought he could have won this, but he messed it up. It's I think it's gonna be GG now.
For Ryfang?
Yeah, yeah, he messed it up. He could have won this so easily, but he just didn't play well enough. Just not skilled enough. Gewoon niet goed genoeg. That's really too bad.
Well, he is making Axeman now.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter anymore.
It does really depend. I think as soon as Adhafang gets that 4th town center, he's in a really bad position. If Ryfang can somehow push here.
Well, you have to look at it like this. He still has Bolt, so the Son of Osiris can come into play no matter what. He can't do any rock drops for the same reason. You know, Bolt comes into play, and I think Adhafang is pretty good at estimating when he has to use Bolt on the rock or when he has to save it for the Son of Osiris. So you can't really get much value there. Second of all, he still has Ceasefire, so he can grab the TC whenever he wants to, putting him in a 4 versus 2 situation, such as right now. And finally, the Goldman is about to run out, and he absolutely has no trade setup, whereas Adhafang does have his trade setup, so there's absolutely no reason for Ryfang to win anymore.
Yeah, it looks like Ryfang's just about to gold block himself.
Yeah, it's really sad, because if you look at the score, Ryfang is ahead by quite a substantial amount. And he really was winning, but now he's just gonna get gold blocked, which really is his own fault. It's not the fault of the map or anything, like he just messed it up. And now they have Feistus, and the Plenty Vault's gonna go down, and then the Colossus and the armory upgrades, and it's
1,000 points in economy to actually bounce back. Like, even say, for example, Ryfang was winning by 1,000 points and he's gold blocked at this stage, then he would potentially be able to bounce back just by making 4 markets and queuing caravans. But since it's quite a tight game and he's gold blocked, then I don't think he'll be able to come back here.
no, he could have won, but he just didn't play well enough. He just wasn't skilled enough to beat Adhafang. But he definitely, if I was Ryfang this game, I would probably win this game 90 times out of 100 times. If he would like take this exact situation and then sample it over 100 games. He really could have won this easily, but he just messed it up. He didn't bait out the bolt, so he can't get the Son of Osiris. He didn't secure his trade route. He just messed it up. It's really sad. Adhafang just played much better.
Yeah, Adhafang just seems to have a response to everything Ryfang's done this game. And then we go, yep. GG.
GG, no gold. Well done, though. I would have just stayed in that game either way. I mean, I would have just kept on battling it out because right at this point, this is the third game, and I have had some games where I just take it to the very end, and sometimes it'll be in your favor. You end up winning it. Anyway, let's get out.